Over the past few months, board members, staff, and volunteers of My Brother's Keeper have been engaged in the creation of a mosaic as an exercise for developing the organization's strategic plan. After drawing images of what they hoped would be a transformed Irvington community, they gathered together to hammer and cut tiles and build a mosaic based on those drawings. Although it was an unconventional process, they took the chance that this creative endeavor would help them to develop a strategic plan that would guide the work of My Brother's Keeper for the next 10 years.
We need to turn conventional strategic planning on its head to be able to think about ways of working with nonprofit populations and the kinds of goals that nonprofits are pursuing. So for people to say, it doesn't feel like I expected strategic planning to feel, that's an indicator to me that we're kind of in the right place. We're where we want to be.
Dr. Joe Tyler, Gail Rosen, and Walt Whitlow came together to hang the mosaic at My Brother's Keeper just days before an unveiling celebration.
Today was the first day that I saw all of these panels laid out side by side. I laid them out on the floor while Walt is getting ready to install them on the wall. And I got to see how they look as a whole landscape. They have created art, and they have created really an amazing landscape for the future of Irvington. I think that they will be amazed when they see the quality of their work. It's one thing to have bits of tile and some adhesive and some grout and fit things together. Anybody can do that. But when you look at this mosaic, you get a sense of joy and possibility, and as Linda Neal said, you get a possibility of real hope for what can happen in the future. I think that's the real power behind this particular piece of art. It's the thing that's going to make their strategic plan successful, and it's the thing that's going to put legs under their operational plan. And that's the next piece of hard work that we need to do.
Loving God, as we gather this afternoon to unveil this beautiful mosaic, the work of many hands, the work of many minds and spirit, we always give thanks for your presence among us and within us that makes us able to do this work together.
The first mosaic to be unveiled was one created by Dr. Joe Tyler and Gail Rosen that incorporated the goal of My Brother's Keeper, motivated by love for God. And then it was time for the main unveiling.
Count it down.
3, 2, 1. Woo-hoo!
The mosaic is very, very significant to me at My Brother's Keeper and our work, because creating the mosaic provided an opportunity for us to connect to the work not only intellectually and professionally, but we're able to connect to this work through our heart. And I firmly believe that we cannot transform our community unless our heart is also connected to this work.
We laid it all out on the floor. That process was magical because everybody put their image down, and you were allowed to walk from image to image and move them silently until nobody wanted to move something. So you might move something and then somebody might say, I don't like that there. They'd go and they'd move it again until the whole image kind of got to a place where everybody was okay with it. And so that's what happened to start this. And so a lot of these images that came together had been moved and moved and moved until they landed up in this configuration because it made the most sense for what we were trying to say.
Oh my God, I'm amazed, because when we first started, it was like, I don't want to do this. I'm not a drawer. I'm not feeling this. So I think the more we worked on it, each Saturday we came here, I've started feeling it, and I'm just amazed on the outcome. I really am.
I love it. It's awesome. It's nice to see kind of like the final project. I made every meeting along the way, so the whole thinking process and writing it down, drawing it, and then actually making the mosaic. It was kind of nice to have your hand in it the whole way. And it's beautiful. I love it.
To be able to dialogue and have a vision, to be able to draw it and then to bring it into the mosaic, and then the mosaic takes on a life of its own to kind of remind us of the vision as we go through the process, is an awesome and a very creative way to do strategic planning. I like it.
What my vision was, what we were talking about, was how my brother's keeper could end up being a shining star for Irvington and for Baltimore City. And that Baltimore City is made up of so many little neighborhoods and areas that my brother's keeper can really be a beacon for the city and a shining star of hope for the city.
The fact that it's a mosaic and we're dealing with broken pieces, disjointed pieces, pieces that don't easily fit into a square, is an example of the lives that we encounter. People are in all kinds of different places, but with the thoughtfulness, the prayerfulness of our stakeholders and volunteers and staff, we will be able to assist people in taking the broken pieces of their lives, joining them in a way that makes sense to create a whole. And for My Brother's Keeper, the whole is a transformed community.
And to hear people talk about the organization differently, really shifting the conversation at My Brother's Keeper from a conversation about providing services to the needy in Irvington to becoming a hub for the community, for the improvement of the community, for the vitality of the community. That My Brother's Keeper in the future will no longer be just a place where people come when they are in need, but this will be a place where people come to build the community and make it stronger. And that's what's in that mosaic.